And welcome back to Ozarks Live. I'm lucky enough to be talking with Geoff Steele today from the Gillioz Theater. Good to see you, my friend.
Always a pleasure.
It's good having you here again. Okay, the news right now, and you don't want people to misunderstand this, is that things are on hold at the Gillioz, but you really need to explain that so people don't think you're shutting it down.
Sure, and I'm thrilled for the opportunity to do so. We are pausing programming. This is the language that we're using right now.
Right.
We had just a few things left for the remainder of the year, but listening to authorities talk about the surge within a surge and the different language that they're using, we just felt like the appropriate thing to do was to just let caution be our guide, and so we shuttered up through the end of the year.
And these were pretty big events, something that people look forward to. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of saying how seriously you're taking this as well, because these are moneymakers. They keep the Gillioz going. Sure.
The compelling factor of this is the Gillioz is a 501c3, and not a lot of people really understand that or grasp it, but it's a nonprofit and it's independent. So we don't have a city that owns us, and we don't have a university that owns us, and so if there's a shortfall in funding, it's just like you running out of money at home.
Right.
We don't have money for the lights or anything else, and the utility bill in that 100-year-old building is a little different than my utility bill at home.
I would say your overhead probably runs just a touch more than mine does. Yeah.
Maybe just a tad. Maybe a tad more than yours. But
I mean, what can you do in a situation like this? We hear of things out there that, oh, you can get loans, you can get this, you can get that. What can the Gillioz do?
Well, the Gillioz is just like any other business that's reaching out to the government to say, listen, we're closed because it's mandated. You know, there is no curbside service in live entertainment. So while there are restaurants and others that are around, the other challenge that we frankly have, Tom, is that people don't understand that it's not just about not getting to go to a show, but the economic engine that a theater like this is for a community is significant, and it represents a decline in revenue for the hotels nearby, the restaurants, the retail shops, parking, you know, bartenders, waitresses, hotel clerks. It's over $42 million in the local economy that gets lost by us not doing shows.
$42 million. That's a big chunk of change any way you look at it. This is not something, you know, just to provide a salary or just to... this really, it is a trickle-down theory kind of in reality.
Sure. One of the things that I'll tease my staff about is I'll say if there's 1,000 people on Park Central East on Tuesday night, it's because you're doing a show. And it affects all the businesses around us, and it affects the hotels that are in our vicinity, and so it affects overall tourism. In 2019 alone, we had people from 39 states at the Gillioz, just last year alone. Over 1,071 different zip codes in 4 countries, and all of those are not here this year.
Which speaks to the quality of the shows that you do, of course, at the Gillioz, and you bring in... now, what are your plans as far as the future, you know, going into next year, things like that?
If you have a crystal ball and can tell me what's going to happen with this pandemic, I will be inclined to listen. Right now, I don't know what the magic date is. The natural question, it's a natural question, when will you reopen? Whenever the officials say that it's safe for me to reopen. And so right now, our business doesn't allow us to work at a reduced occupancy, so I can't do shows for 500 people or 400 people and make it work, bringing in the names that we bring in. So we have to wait until we can gather safely and responsibly with a full group.
Very quickly, if people want to know how they can help, or they want to always keep abreast of the things that you are doing at the Gillioz, how do they get that information?
Well, we do need your help. Specifically, if you go to gillioz.org, Gillioz.org, you'll see something that says to help save our stages, save Missouri stages. And there's state money that's not designated yet that has to be used by the end of the year. And we're working hard to encourage the governor to release some of those funds to organizations like ours across the state. So we need voices to let the governor know, hey, we want these stages to be here when it's safe to come back.
People can talk to their representatives, too.
Absolutely.
All right. Geoff, thank you very much for being here. I hope the doors open very soon.
We'll see you at the show.
All right. Coming up, we get an update from our friends over at Entertainment Tonight. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back before you know it.